Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, reveal the books I bought this week, and somewhere on this episode is a mystery pop-up segment and another special segment. Where will they be? It's a mystery. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching the Comic Hero Show. Now kick that intro!
One, two, three, four.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. This month is Kidney Disease Awareness Month. Now, I'm going to touch base on that later on, but for right now, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. Alright, on last week's episode, I asked, Zebel, the underwater colony where Mara is originally from, is located under which loosely defined region? Well, the correct answer is the Bermuda Triangle. And 7 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, their name's been entered in a drawing for a free tee. And that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tee for this episode of the show is... Nicholas Chanel from Greenfield, Indiana. So congratulations, Nicholas. You win yourself a free Comic Hero tee. Alright, here's the question for next week's episode. And because this month is March and March is Women's History Month, this is a question pertaining to a female comic book character. This is a Marvel question. Which Marvel character can unconsciously alter reality to avoid her own death? Is it A, Scarlet Witch, B, the Black Cat, or C, Domino? Alright, here's some hints to help. The first hint is that this character made her first appearance in the X-Men number 4 in 1964 and was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. The second hint, this character's twin brother is Pietro Maximoff, aka Quicksilver. You know what, honestly, I shouldn't even give any more hints because y'all should know the answer to that one, but I'm going to give this last hint anyway. This character has been played on the big and small screen since 2015 by Elizabeth Olsen. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. Hey everyone! Now as I'm doing this mystery pop-up segment, it's March 17th, and March 17th is St. Patrick's Day. Now St. Patrick's Day, or the Feast of St. Patrick, is a Christian and cultural holiday held on March 17th, the traditional death date of St. Patrick, the foremost patron saint of Ireland. St. Patrick's Day started out as a Christian holiday, originally celebrated in Ireland with church services and feasts to honor St. Patrick, who is believed to have brought Christianity to Ireland in the 5th century. As Irish immigrants brought the holiday to other countries, it evolved into a secular celebration of Irish culture, with parades, festivals, and the wearing of green attire or shamrocks. Now, St. Patrick was born in Britain, not Ireland, near the end of the 4th century. And at the age of 16, he was kidnapped by Irish raiders and enslaved in Ireland for 6 years. He later escaped and returned to Britain, but then returned to Ireland later as a Christian missionary, founding schools, churches, and monasteries. He is believed to have died on March 17th around 460 AD, and he was never formally canonized as a saint by the Catholic Church, but was proclaimed a saint by popular acclaim. And this is a St. Patrick's Day Comic Hero tee. And if you would like one, you can find them on comicheroshop.myshopify.com for $17. Alright, I recently got back to doing my audio podcast, which is called Comically Speaking with Victor. You can find them anywhere podcasts are available. But I would go on Buzzsprout to look for it first. But anyway, on the last episode, which I did a few weeks ago in the month of February, I talked about black superheroes in comics. And I talked about the very first black superhero in comics. Now, a lot of folks thought it was Black Panther, but he's only the first black superhero in mainstream comics. But the first black superhero in comics in general came 19 years earlier. And it's a character called Lion Man, and he made his first appearance in All-Negro Comics #1 in that year of 1947. and he was created by Orrin C. Evans. Now, I said at the end of that episode that if I ever stumbled upon a reprinting of all-negro comics, and then if I ever stumbled upon a retelling of Lion Man's first story, I would do so. Well, I have news. I found them. I found them on Amazon. And I'm about to reveal those books right now, so here we go. First up, and I'm so proud to have this even though it's a reprint. All-Negro Comics #1. And the Adventures of Lion Man. All right, with those two, that brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 14,435. All right, I hope y'all enjoyed that mystery pop-up segment. I hope y'all learned a lot more about St. Patrick's Day than you previously learned. I just stumbled upon that a year ago, and that's the story. That's how St. Patrick's Day came to be. All right, due to the length of the mystery pop-up segment, I'm not going to feature any question segment or a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown segment. I'm going to table that for next month because this month has a whole bunch of causes that I'm going to raise awareness of. And so it won't be till April till the Throwdown Showdown segment and any question segments return. So with all that being said, let's get to the comics I bought this week. Comic books I bought this week. All right, here we go. First up is Absolute Batman #18. Absolute Green Lantern #12. Action Comics #1096. Doctor Strange #4. Emperor Aquaman #15. Gatchaman #16. Green Lantern Corps #14. Imperial Guardians #1. Rogue Sun #33. Space Ghost #9. Storm, Earth's Mightiest Mutant #2. Supergirl #11. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #16. Venom number 255. And finally, and I'm so excited about this book, X-Men United number 1. Alright, that's 15, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 14,450. Alright, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this week's episode, and here's a question for a free tee for next week's episode of the show. Which Marvel character can unconsciously alter reality to avoid her own death? Is it A, the Scarlet Witch, B, Black Cat, or C, Domino? Alright, here's some hints to help. The first hint is that this character made her first appearance in the X-Men number 4 in 1964 and was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. The second hint, this character's twin brother is Pietro Maximoff, aka Quicksilver. And then the third and final hint, this character has been played on the big and small screen since 2015 by Elizabeth Olsen. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Nicholas Chenault from Greenfield, Indiana, who won a free tee on this episode. Alright, this month is Chronic Kidney Disease Awareness Month. Now, chronic kidney disease happens when the kidneys are damaged for more than a few months. The kidneys clean the blood by removing waste and extra fluid, which leaves the body as urine. They help control blood pressure and balance salt and minerals. The kidneys also help the body make red blood cells and keep bones strong. In your early stages of CKD, as it's also called, you might not feel sick or have any symptoms. You might not know that you have kidney disease until the condition is advanced. Healthcare professionals can find kidney disease through blood and urine tests. These tests look for high levels of waste in the blood or unusual things in the urine, such as protein or tiny amounts of blood. They also might use tests such as ultrasound or CT scans to look at the kidneys. Treatment for chronic kidney disease aims to slow down damage to the kidneys. This often is done by managing the cause of the damage, but even after a cause has been found and treated, kidney damage could still get worse. Chronic kidney disease can progress to end-stage kidney failure. This is fatal unless a person gets a kidney transplant or starts dialysis. Now, dialysis, for those of y'all don't know, is a treatment that does the job of the kidneys. Now, CKD symptoms tend to develop slowly over time. Loss of kidney function can cause a buildup of fluid or waste in the body. It can also cause acids, potassium, and phosphate to build up in the blood. Symptoms of kidney disease often are vague. Most people with kidney disease have no symptoms until the very last stages. This is also known as advanced kidney disease. When chronic kidney disease becomes advanced, loss of kidney function can cause nausea, vomiting, loss of appetite, fatigue and weakness, sleep problems, decreased mental sharpness, high blood pressure that's hard to manage, and shortness of breath if the fluid builds up in the lungs. Now, there are 5 stages of kidney disease. The first 2 stages are mild, and when a person often has no symptoms. And then stage 3 is moderate reduction in function, with symptoms like fatigue and swelling may begin. Then stage 4 is severe reduction in function, preparing for potential kidney failure. And then the 5th and final stage is end-stage renal disease, or ESRD, or near total kidney failure, requiring dialysis or a transplant. Now, some of the risk factors for CKD include having diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, obesity, a family history of kidney failure, and being over the age of 60. Now, this is something that really hits home for me because both of my grandparents passed away from kidney disease in 2005 and 2016. And then I had a longtime friend who at a very young age died from kidney disease and kidney failure. And then I have a classmate who is battling kidney disease and has to go to dialysis 3 times a month. And I know she's watching. I love you. And if you're watching this and you happen to be battling kidney disease, or you have beaten kidney disease by receiving a transplant, or if you're battling it with dialysis, or if you're a family member of somebody that's done one of these, or if you're a family member of someone who is no longer with us due to kidney disease, I love y'all, and this episode is for y'all. All right, this is a kidney disease awareness comic hero tee. And if you would like one, you can find them on comicheroshop.myshopify.com for $17, and I will donate half of each purchase to the National Kidney Foundation. All right, here's the road ahead for the show. On next week's episode, I'm going to raise awareness of endometriosis, and in a mystery pop-up segment, I'm going to raise awareness of brain injuries. And then on episode 558, I'm going to raise awareness of colorectal cancer, and in a mystery pop-up segment, I'm going to raise awareness of cerebral palsy. And then to kick off the month of April, on episode 559, I'm raising awareness of autism. All right, if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, welcome. And as soon as you're done, hit subscribe. If you're watching this on the Comic Book Lovers Facebook page, welcome. And as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. And if you're watching this on the Louisiana Delta Content Creators Facebook page, welcome. And as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. All right, I'm Victor Nunley on the Comic Hero. I'll see you next time for episode 557. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero! Hey everyone, now this month is also Kidney Cancer Awareness Month. Now kidney cancer is cancer that begins in the kidneys. Your kidneys are two bean-shaped organs, each about the size of your fist. They're located behind your abdominal organs with one kidney on each side of your spine. Kidney cancer usually doesn't have signs or symptoms in its early stages, but in time, signs and symptoms may develop, including blood in your urine, which may appear pink, red, or cola-colored, pain in your back that doesn't go away, loss of appetite, unexplained weight loss, tiredness, and fever. Kidney cancer is among the 10 most common cancers in both men and women, with 1 in 46 men being diagnosed and 1 in 80 women being diagnosed. Now, I personally know some folks that have beaten kidney cancer, and if you're watching this and you have beaten kidney cancer, you're currently battling kidney cancer, or you're a family member or a friend of someone who is no longer with us after fighting valiantly against kidney cancer, I love y'all, and this extra segment is for y'all. Now, this is a Kidney Cancer Awareness Comic Hero tee, and if you would like one, you can find them on comicheroshop.myshopify.com for $17, and I will donate half of each purchase to the Judy Nicholson Kidney Cancer Foundation. All right, a few weeks ago, I ended up buying this one-shot from Dynamite Entertainment called Thundercats Chitara World Breaker. But just as I was about to read it, something told me that before I read that, I needed to go and buy the 5-issue miniseries that came out earlier, shortly after the Thundercats monthly series came out, called Thundercats Chitara. Well, I found it, and I'm about to reveal that right now, so here it is. Thundercats Chitara, issues 1 through 5. Now, this is a trade paperback format, but for those of y'all that have watched the show for a long time, y'all know that I don't count, if I buy a trade paperback, I don't count it as a trade paperback. What I do is I count the issues that it collects, which is Thundercats Chitara number 1 through 5. So with those 5, that brings my total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 14,455. See you next time.